Good morning to everyone present here. Namaskar. On behalf of Hindi University West Bengal, I extend a warm welcome to the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Hindi University, Professor Nandini Sahu, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. I welcome all the respected faculty members to today's webinar on understanding IQAC, marketing the levels of university standards. This webinar aims to highlight the importance of internal quality assurance cells in maintaining and enhancing academic standards, while also exploring how institutional quality can be effectively located and sustained in today's evolving educational landscape. The program is being held under the gracious patronage of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nandini Sahu, whose vision and academic leadership continue to inspire meaningful intellectual engagement and institutional growth at Hindi University. At the outset, I would like to extend a warm welcome to the convener of today's program, Mr. Debabrata sir, OSD of Examination in the University, whose guidance and support have been instrumental in organizing this session. I would like to welcome today's speaker and coordinator, Dr. Priyanka Guha. Now, before we start, I must say it is my great pleasure to introduce the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Hindi University West Bengal, Professor Nandini Sahu, ma'am. Professor Nandini Sahu is a distinguished academician, celebrated poet, and Amazon best-selling author whose luminous body of work beautifully bridges literature, philosophy, and culture. A double gold medalist in English literature, she earned her PhD under the mentorship of the late Professor Niranjan Mohanty at Vishwabharati University, Shantiniketan. With a distinguished career spanning over 2 decades, Professor Sahu has contributed immensely as a poet, critic, researcher, and visionary academic leader. Her achievements have been recognized through numerous prestigious honors, including the Michael Madhusudan Academy Award in the year 2024, the Lifetime Achievement Award from SAFE from the year 2024, the Tagar Samman in the year 2025, and a gold medal from the Honorable Vice President of India 2019 then for her outstanding contribution to English studies. Author and editor of 23 acclaimed books, her celebrated works like Sita, Medusa, Silver Poems on My Lips, and The Other Voice delve into profound themes of mythology, womanhood, post colonial identity, and cultural consciousness. She also serves as the founder and chief editor of the Interdisciplinary Journal of Literature and Language, that is IJLL, and has played pioneering role in designing innovative academic programs across India. We are truly honored to have her with us today to chair this session. Now, I would like to request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Ma'am, Professor Nandini Sahu, for the inaugural speech. Ma'am, please.
A very good morning to all my colleagues, Devabrata Bhanjoji, Dr. Paramita, Dr. Priyanka, and the entire faculty of Hindi University. In fact, I had sent a message to Paramita this morning not to introduce me formally before our faculty, but probably she could not see that message, so she introduced me once again, which is fine. Thank you, Paramita, for this very generous introduction. IQAC, internal quality assessment cell, is an integral part of any developing or any developed university in order to create metrics for the faculty members through which they can get into employment, and once they are employed, they can also get into promotions very smoothly. This is a very internal matter of any university. So today I decided that one of our internal faculty members, Dr. Priyanka Guha Vasu, can be the speaker. Keeping that in my mind, I introduced Dr. Basu to the IQAC director of Indira Gandhi National Open University, who trained her uh, with lots of patience, and both of them worked together. Dr. Priyanka is going to discuss the technicalities with you today. Uh, and I insist that the entire faculty members, all of them should participate, ask questions to Dr. Priyanka if they have any, so that she will be in a position to do further research into it. And if she doesn't have answers to any of the questions, she can get in touch with me. I will once again have a meeting with the director of IQSC from Delhi and Priyanka, and then we will be in a position to respond to all your queries. In any university, good governance is possible if the faculty members are in a position to do authentic research, genuine research, deep research, that is, and the faculty members are in a position to understand the metrics. This is a very different ball game altogether from what it appears like. If you think that you have 10 books, you have authored 10 books, maybe 10 poetry books, then you are going to have great API points, then this is wrong. The 23 books that I authored, about which Dr. Paramita most generously talked now, when I go to any interview, or I went in the past, indeed, I started working in the year 1996 or 7 as an assistant professor. Immediately after the day I completed my post graduation, I got into a college as an assistant professor. At that time, what I thought about promotions was something different, or getting into employment was something different from what I understand now as an administrator, not just here, but in IGNO, where I was the director of the Department of Foreign Languages. Also, I was the senior most faculty of the Department of English. Applications used to come to us in thousands. For one position, sometimes we got to 1,500 applications. And this is going to happen here as well. I understand that since more than a decade, this state has not appointed in the regular faculty positions. That's what I understand. I may be wrong. So now, if there is one faculty position in any particular department, it will be like 1 is to 700 or more than that. This is what I understand. So, in this kind of a scenario, where do you stand? How do you make your candidature stronger than what it is? And quote unquote the word claim, there is no claim for anyone for any position. You cannot claim for anything. Like, I cannot claim for any position, though my API maybe 500, 600, when it is only 80 API points are only needed, 80 or 90. Dr. Priyanka will talk about that. So she will appraise you about what are the things that are required to strengthen your CV, to strengthen your biodata, your curriculum vitae. She will also tell you the difference between CV, which is curriculum vitae, or biodata, or bio brief. So many things are there. How to strengthen that? She will also talk about that. She has trained herself and she has really prepared a lot. I have appreciation for that. And as far as Dr. Debabrata Bhanjo is concerned, he has always been very, very positive about anything new that I plan to introduce in the university. He has been working with me since less than a year now, if I remember correctly. But every time I want to introduce something good, something positive, something new, he is the first person who comes to my mind that he would be able to hold it. So when I told him that you should be the convener of IQAC, he told me that, Madam, I have to train myself. See, his openness to train himself is something that makes him unique and different from many people. So I'm sure that the Devabrata Bhanjaji will also be in a position to inform all of you how to strengthen your CV rather than uh, claiming for things that may or may not be suitable for you, or you may or may not be deserving for something for which you claim. So rather than claiming, strengthen yourself. IQSC cell in Hindi University, where Dr. Priyanka is the in charge coordinator. I emphasize in charge coordinator. She will only help you with strengthening yourselves. In the year 2022, immediately after COVID, we had NAC visit in Indira Gandhi National Open University, IGNOU. During NAC visit, I was the director of the Department of Foreign Languages, and also I was the senior most faculty of English department, as I already told you. So I had to make two presentations, two very lengthy presentations with all those metrics and pie charts and flow charts and bar diagrams. What are the good practices we are doing? Faculty publications. Like if I want to draw a pie chart now of 2025 and the faculty publications, I think if the publications would be orange color and then publications without ISSN or without peer review would be green, and no publications would be white, then I think it would look like 40 20 20, no, 40 30 30. It will look like that. So you please ask yourself the kind of publications you are doing. Just because you have 5 or 10,000 rupees to offer to a publisher, and then you download something from chat gpt or somewhere, and then you put everything together and go to the publisher and he prints it, it doesn't enable you to get good API. To get an API, you have to be careful with a lot of things like plagiarism checking software. We have, you send me one sentence, I can tell you if it is original or it has been borrowed from some source, and which source I can tell you within a second. So even if we feel that we are downloading things from AI, and we are working on those, we are presenting those as if it is our own, they don't get you any API. Similarly, poetry doesn't get you any API. Translation of poetry doesn't get you any API. Those things are like uh, like it's just for your happiness. It's a feel good factor. Translating poetry from one language to another and presenting it in a book, in the form of a book, is a feel good factor. It is not there for API. But yes, when you go to an interview, these things will matter. If you have translated a seminal voice and you have been a cultural career from one language to another through translation, vis-a-vis translation, then it is going to create an impactful interview for you. So Dr. Priyanka will talk to you about three phases: your curriculum vitae, your biodata, and your CV, and and your bio brief. How to prepare that. Second will be about how to create good API points for yourself, and third part will be what I understand about presenting yourself in an interview. Recently, I was in the interview board of a college in Delhi, in Delhi, under a very important university in Delhi. They have 88 colleges. So in one of the colleges, we had written test and then we had interview. So in the written test, out of 1,500 candidates we shortlisted 30. 1 is to 30. Actually, it says 1 is to 15, but we took an exception because the API points were overlapping. So we took 1 is to 30. And we gave 30 questions in the written test. Now, written test has also become compulsory in assistant professor interview. It's not like earlier days when you submitted your biodata and then you were called for the interview. It's not like that now. You should have UGC NET or SET, and if you are exempted, you should also come under the exemption rules. You have to be very clear about under what kind of rules you are exempted. Be very sure about that. And then you claim any kind of exemption. I'm emphasizing the word claim. Dr. Priyanka would be in a position to talk more about claiming or not claiming, or deserving or not deserving, isn't it? So in that interview, the 30 candidates were given 30 questions. One of the candidates was asked, set up a conversation between Macbeth and Lady Macbeth from Shakespeare. Set up a conversation between Macbeth and Lady Macbeth with the ghost. The play is about a ghost, three ghosts, they come in the beginning, and then they have a conversation. And in the play, there is no conversation between the ghosts and Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. But we gave that kind of a tricky question. So 30 candidates, 30 questions. Even in Hindi University, I'm going to follow the same. If there will be 30 candidates, there will be 30 questions for written test. And then we gave them internet. We said, just use internet and you can answer. Then immediately somebody downloaded a conversation, a very interesting and a very intriguing conversation between the three ghosts, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. And we were very impressed. Out of 10 points in that conversation, we gave the candidate 9. The conversation was so well prepared. Definitely, he has taken help from AI. And then when there was the question of interview of the candidate, I said, let me ask him similar kind of a question. Set up a conversation between a historian and between, you know, uh, King Charles III. Set up a conversation. King Charles III and a historian set up a conversation. And the candidate was clueless because he never understood what is a conversation in an interview. A conversation is not talking in an interview, it's about a dialogue. It's about creating a very complex dialogue vis-a-vis history, historiography, gender, multiculturalism, pluralism. A lot of things will come into that. So he could not understand the complexities of a dialogue. So this is how candidates are assessed in any kind of interview. In your case, the assessment will be very, very complex because I certainly agree and accept, and I'm happy to say that West Bengal is a very emancipated state when it comes to research and pedagogy. People are well read. So, when there will be an interview, the questions are not going to be simple for you. They are going to be very complex, maybe beyond your imagination. So, please gear up. Please train yourself properly and IQAC, the introduction of IQAC immediately after the approval of the statute. Why only IQAC? Introduction of so many cells and divisions and departments immediately after the approval of our statute is definitely a statement from me. I'm giving you this statement. Now it's up to you to understand, misunderstand, interpret, misinterpret the statement. It depends on you how you go about it. Now the floor is open for Dr. Priyanka, but I think before Priyanka speaks, Paramita will allow Debabrata Bhanjeji to put a few words. I'm not well, my nose is blocked, still I'm trying to speak. I would switch off my video and I would listen to Dr. Priyanka very carefully. And if I have any question, I'll ask her, but I don't think I will have questions. I will have suggestions only. Thank you so much. And thanks, Dr. Priyanka, for accepting this.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Now, I would like to request the convener of today's program, Mr. Dababrata Bhanja sir, OSD of Examination in the University, to kindly deliver the convening address. Sir, please.
Well, thank you for giving me a chance. Good morning to Honorable VC Madam, respected faculty members, and other part of audience if there is any. I am privileged and honored that Madam has put a big trust on me. So, you see, uh, Indian University is committed to ensure optimum maintenance of internal quality in all sectors of its activities. With this objective, Dr. Priyanka Guha, one of our vibrant guest faculties from History Department, excelled herself on today's topic and will enrich us from internal quality assurance cell. Look, there are two segments in any organization. One is front office, the other is the back office. So front office take the main load, main activities load, and the back office, which I belong to, makes support to the front office. So as a back office member, I will render my best services with my all colleagues to ensure definite success of all activities of the university. So I won't talk much. So over to Dr. Priyanka Guha. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to introduce our speaker and coordinator of today's session, Dr. Priyanka Guha. Dr. Guha is an assistant professor in the Department of History at Kazi Nazrul University and also serves as a guest faculty at Hindi University, West Bengal. She is an academic counselor at the Indira Gandhi National Open University. She is the coordinator of the value-added course titled History of Science, Technology, Environment and Medicine, sponsored by the UGC and organized by the Department of History at Kazi Nazrul University. Dr. Guha was the principal investigator of the research project Plant Pathology and Plant Diseases in Colonial India, funded by the Indian National Science Academy. Her areas of specialization include ecological economic history, history of science, and colonial forest history. She has presented papers at several prestigious international conferences, including those held in Malaysia, Finland, and at renowned institutions such as King's College London, Lancaster University, Durham University, Stanford University, and the University of Pittsburgh. Most recently, she has been invited as a resource person at a biannual conference on climate change in Takamatsu, Japan, organized by the Asian Association of Environmental History, and has been awarded a travel grant by ICSSR. She is currently working on an edited volume titled South Asian Colonial Ecology Trends and Perspectives to be published by Routledge. She has also been elected as a member of the Royal Historical Society in February 2026. Her recent scholarly essay, South Asian Environmental Humanities and Supranational Institutions Cure or Distortions to Planetary Crisis, has been accepted for publication on the DLEA digital platform, part of the Asian Anthropocene in the Dialogue. May I now invite Dr. Priyanka Guha to kindly deliver her lecture. Ma'am, please.
You, sir. Thank you so much, ma'am. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, ma'am, for believing in me. And I'd like to extend my heartfelt thanks to her for introducing IQAC cell to Hindi University and tracking this university into the right path. I'm really grateful to her. Actually, IQAC is a very not very complex, but it is a kind of uh, uh, development. It's a kind of documented development undertaken by every university, mainly for its marketing purposes, as it has been told by Manjulika ma'am. And I am also really grateful to her as she highlighted the very uh, very important details that is necessary for building up an effective IQAC cell in any university. So my title is Understanding IQAC, Marketing the Levels of University Standards. So now IQAC has got a brief historical development because from 1990s, Indian higher education experienced great decline. And so this created the need for a formal quality assurance mechanism. And IQAC in post 200 was conceived as a post-accreditation quality sustenance mechanism. So this marked a shift to data-driven quality assessment called AQAR. Now, what is an AQAR? AQAR is Annual Quality Assurance Report. So over time, IQAC evolved. It was at first it was an advisory body, but later on it transformed into active quality driver. So quality cannot be dictated, but it can be developed. So IQAC aims at that, and it can become more structural than being only functional. But how? So it can improve the teaching learning process. It can improve and increase research output and increase student development and involvement. And this can be achieved by innovative and ICT-enabled pedagogy. Pedagogy is the art and science of teaching and learning. And it can also implement outcome-based education. Education cannot be just implemented. Education cannot be just instructed. It cannot be just delivered. It should have some outcome. So IQAC aims at that. And it also ensures effective curriculum delivery. Now, I have tried to identify certain visible KPIs of institution, key positive indicators of institutions. These are visible in the sense that we can create this in aspects of curriculum, which is a criteria one. We can update the syllabus, we can make new courses, learning outcomes, feedback, we can collect the feedbacks. And next criteria is teaching, learning, and evaluation. So we can understand the student-teacher ratio. We can work on that. Average classroom ICT usage, pass percentage, we can improve that pass percentage, and number of remedial breach courses can be introduced. And criteria three is research, innovations, and extension. So here, research publications from the faculties, funded research projects, published patents, filed and published patents, extension activities such as NSS, NCC, collaborations, MOOCs, number of seminars and workshops organized. So this has to be this criteria three. For this criteria three, faculties are very much responsible, and it is up to them that how they perform their research activities, how they undertake development of projects, publish patents. So all these are very much for all these faculties are very much responsible. So there is criteria for infrastructure and learning resources. Here also classrooms have to be enabled with ICT apparatus, library usage. Criteria 5 is about student support and progression. Number of scholarships has to be given to the students. Placement percentage has to be increased. Now, this is very important because after passing from universities, getting employment becomes a dream. Getting employment has to be a dream, has to be a reality for every student. So placement percentage has to be increased by every university, and this is a responsibility of IQAC. And governance, leadership management. So criteria under criteria 6, governance, leadership management, implementation of e-governance, faculty development program. So all this has to be included. And criteria 7 is about institutional values and best practices. Here we find gender equity initiatives, waste management practices, green audit, a number of best practices that is being done in the university that has to be documented. Now, IQAC is also about documentation. Everything that is being done by the university has to be documented, and this has been done by our Honorable Vice Chancellor ma'am in a very well manner, because she's documenting everything, and this is very much needed in IQAC development. Now, I'm now coming to the invisible part, that is the inherent KPIs of the faculties, what the faculties can do for the development of IQAC, and which is very inherent, which is quite a kind of invisible, which we cannot, which is a kind of abstract thing. So promote ethics, discipline, and academic integrity, encourage collaborative and inclusive learning. They can act as agents for quality enhancement. For institutional development, they can participate in academic audits, quality reviews, and contribute to best practices, institutional innovations. As for student-centric initiatives, they can mentor students, collect and respond to student feedback, support skill development. Now, universities are not always for academic development, disbursing academic knowledge, always disbursing academic knowledge. It's also about developing skills in many students, developing vocational trainings, developing employability, and it is very much dependent on the faculties to encourage students to develop their own skills. Participation in IQAC activities, serve as IQAC members, coordinators, participate in quality meetings, decision making, help implement institutional quality policies. So that's the invisible part. Now, faculties has also got some visible involvement, very highlighted and projected involvement, that is designing and updating the curriculum and teaching methods, adopting ICT-based, enabled and innovative pedagogy, implement outcome-based education, documentation and reporting, maintain academic reports, planning lessons, attendance, results, this has to be documented, contribute to AQAR, what they're publishing, what they're developing, which workshop they're planning, which workshop they're attending, not planning, which workshop they're attending, they're participating. All this has to be documented and has to be mentioned in the AQAR for NAC documentation. For AQAR and NAC documentation ensure data accuracy and transparency. Don't write anything abstract, don't write anything very vague. Don't give any vague data in the AQAR. That destroys the transparency of the university or university's IQAC cell. Research and innovation, publish research papers and projects, organize seminars, conference. Not only participation in seminars, but organizing seminars also counts a lot. So this is very important. This actually brings the university into limelight. This highlight the academic framework, academic ambience of the university, organizing workshops, promote interdisciplinary and funded research. We, the faculties, must not reside in our own academic shell that we are specialized in political history, we are specialized in political theory, so we will not be able to work or research on anything that extends our boundaries, that is not within our boundaries. We must always blur the margins that compartmentalize the discipline. So we must be interdisciplinary. We must try to combine the other subjects, other discourses as well in our study. Strong faculty, effective IQAC. So building research capacity within the university by the faculties is very much important, and this can be done by publishing in peer-reviewed and index journals, applying for funded research projects, engaging, as I have told, engaging in interdisciplinary collaboration such as MOOCs and all, documentation and data literacy, understand AQAR requirements. That is most important. Actually, we publish in anything that we have been asked to publish. That is not needed. We must publish in peer-reviewed journals. We must publish in high impact factor journals. So that will elevate the status of AQAR of any university. So we must understand the requirements of AQAR, and we must apply to ICSSR for research projects. We must apply for funds for organizing workshops and seminars. So this will elevate the standards of AQAR. AQAR can be prepared by any university, but there must be differences. There must be quality AQAR that can be prepared by us, by faculties. So active participation in IQAC. We must serve as IQAC members, coordinators, contribute to quality initiatives, policy discussions, academic audits, and we must become co-creators. And for continuous professional development, we must attend FDPs and orientation and refresher courses. Now, FDPs are also very important. Orientation courses are being done after 1.5 years of employment. So it is being done, and refresher courses are being done after 3 years of employment, of getting employed. So these are also very important. So now the most important part is API score. Now, what is an API score? It's academic performance indicator. It's a quantitative framework used to evaluate faculty performance in higher education. Now, in Hindu University, we are mainly all guest faculties, and we intend to get employment in universities and colleges. So there are some procedures, and there are some distinctions in the markings for getting employed as assistant professor. So API actually helps to shortlist the candidates based on academic record and research publication and teaching experience. So there are 3 parameters. One is academic record, research publications, and teaching experience. In case of academic record, you must have 55% in graduation, uh, as well as in MA, and we must have MPhil and PhD. Now, MPhil is becoming more and more optional. So, PhD is very much required for getting employment in universities. And NET set is mandatory as per recent UGC regulations. Now, regarding the screening criteria, candidates are usually shortlisted based on cumulative score calculated from their educational qualifications and API, not just a single static number. So, it's a screening procedure. For example, 100 is needed for getting employment. Now, there are candidates who are getting 150, 160. So, the competition gets increased. So, you have to score in that case 130 or 140. So, screening procedure is very much dependent on the amount of applications that has been submitted. It's very much dependent on the amount as well as on the quality of applications that has been submitted for getting recruited or employed. In case of research publication, it also occupies a very significant weightage and for final API calculation. Now, in case of research publication, I'm trying to say something. For assistant professor position in Indian universities, colleges, academic performance indicator or API score for publications are primarily which is categorized under category 3, are primarily earned through high quality, peer reviewed and indexed academic work. So key type of publications that can contribute in getting a high API score. These are number one, referred peer-reviewed journals, paper published in journals notified by the UGC here listed. Now there are many journals which were previously here listed, but now they are not under care list. So you have to be very cautious regarding which are now not care listed. So you have to be very cautious regarding this. Second is index journals, publication in databases like Scopus, Web of Science. Actually, this kind of journals provide high points. Impact factor based points. API points are very much increased by publications in journals which has got high impact factor. Now, if the impact factor is less than 1, you will get 10 points. If the impact factor is between 1 and 2, you will get 15 points. If the impact factor is between 2 to 5, you will get 20 points. And if it is between 5 to 10, you will get 25 points. And if it is less than 10, then you will get 30 points. So these are the things, these are the various points that is connected with the impact factored journals. You can also publish in reference books published by international publishers with ISBN and ISSN numbers. And national publications are also considered. Several subject books published by national level publishers or state and central government publications with ISBN and ISSN numbers is also being considered. Now, the number that is being given regarding the chapters, actually it alters. In case of CSC, College Service Commission, in case of universities, in case of colleges, autonomous colleges, it actually alters, but it carries weightage. Chapter publication. Chapters in edited volumes. Chapters contributed in edited volumes published by international national publishers with ISSN and ISBN numbers carries weightage. Next phase is conference proceedings. Full papers in conference proceedings, that is being PR reviewed, and it is also being published in the proceedings of the conference, seminars or symposium, carries great weightage. Now, if a paper presented in a conference and it is being published, then that paper carries a greater marks, and it is not being considered as mere presented paper, but it is considered as presented and published paper. So it carries greater marks because the paper that you presented and it underwent a great deal of review, and it was reviewed by the reviewers, and it was then decided that it can be published. So it carries great weightage. Translated works, books or translated books or translated chapters in Indian and foreign language also carries weightage, and this is mainly in case of faculties who are from language studies, for example, English, Bengali, or other language departments, Hindi. So those translated works carry great weightage. Policy documents. Now, this is in respect to the persons who are working in international relations department, to the faculties who are working in international relations department, political science department. Contributions to policy documentations are prepared for international bodies such as WHO, UNESCO, or central and state government. It also carries weightage. Key considerations for API scoring. Joint publications. API scores are then shared. The first or principal or corresponding author. Now, the first / principal or / corresponding author means who is the first author, he or she actually gets 70% of the total score, while the other author, who is the second author, actually gets 30%. So it becomes divided into 70-30. UGC care listed journals are high indexed, so they are considered as great for API scores. Now, API scores doesn't only mean that scoring from publications only. It actually is a balance between research, teaching, and other activities. So I have scored a lot. I have published a lot in UGC care listed journals. I have got great books and all, but I don't have any teaching experience. I don't have any other experience in workshop participation, seminar participations. So that will not be. So we have to balance our developments. We have to give equal attention in all the three categories. So category 1 is teaching, learning, and evaluation. Category 2 is about co-curricular and extension activities, and category 3 is about research and academic contributions. Now, category 1, teaching, learning, evaluation is about our experiences. Means what we are gathering as teaching experiences. Co-curricular and extension activities is about framing syllabus, is about participations in any other co-curricular activities, and category 3 is about research and academic contributions, that is participation in workshops, publishing in high peer-reviewed journals, participation in seminars, conferences, and all. In post-2018 UGC regulations, this quantity of publications is being reduced by the UGC, and because there were challenges such as overemphasis on numerical scoring, risk of fake or predatory publications, faculty stress, workload, documentation burden. So these are all the reasons that from in post 2018, the UGC recommended that not so much publication is needed, but you must publish in peer-reviewed journals, in high-index journals, and in UGC listed journals. You can have 2 to 3 publications, but it can be of it can be of it can be in journals which have got great and high reputations. So, how to combine? It's better to combine API with IQAC evaluation. So, in simple terms, API means measurement plus monitoring plus continuous improvement. Faculty psychology. Now, this is always a part of our psychology, and when I joined my university, it was also a part of my psychology back then. So I usually used to think that, okay, IQs is a part of administration. We don't have to take any pain. We don't have to get involved. But that's just not the thing, because IQC mainly faculty mainly understands IQC as a administrative formality and a documentation driven unit. So it leads to feeling of imposition or surveillance, means when IQC actually demands documents, data from us, that how much you have published, what you have done in your as a researcher, what you have done, what are the things that you have, what are the pains that you have taken to participate or organize conferences, how you have applied in research projects, how you have applied in getting funds from ICSSR or ICHR or other funding agencies to get huge amounts for organizing seminars. So it becomes a kind of, we feel that why they are asking. So this becomes a kind of bureaucratic burden for us, and we actually resist to documentation, and so we don't comply with those demands. But it has to be a kind of genuine participation. Minimal compliance should be replaced by genuine participation. This is mainly because IQAC focus on files, reports, snack visits, and there is lack of academic dialogue. IQAC, I think Indian University is the first university which is organizing, and it's under the patronage of our Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am, that she really took this pains to organize this kind of webinar on IQAC, because I haven't seen this in my own university. IQAC, what is IQAC, how it works, what it is all about. This has not been, we are not being, we have not been oriented on this kind of, we have not been updated on this kind of, uh, with this kind of lectures on IQAC. So it's a kind of top-down decision-making structure that is coming on us. And so there is lack of academic dialogue, and faculty is being always treated as data providers. One day email is coming and we are being asked to give this kind of data, and we are searching what we have published. So this is a kind of sudden development. Suddenly IQAC rises and asks us to give data. So that is quite disturbing for us. So these are the major hurdles. This is a major gap that exists between the faculties and IQAC section. So what actually leads to, we give abstract data leading to mechanical AQAR preparation, inflated or superficial data, no real academic improvement, lack of faculty responsibility in achieving IQAC goals. So this kind of sudden IQAC pop-up actually results in development of lack of responsibility in faculty. We are not being consistently alerted, we are not being consistently alarmed on our developments by IQAC. So Yardsticks of standards, curriculum, teaching and evaluation, research standards, publication projects, infrastructure and learning processes, student support and progression, governance and leadership. So these are the main 5 points on which we must concentrate. We as faculties and we as IQAC members must concentrate in developing a better IQAC cell for our university. Now, in respect to API score, one thing I forgot to tell is that there is a difference between a biodata and a CV. A biodata is a very personalized thing, stating your name, your address, mobile number, email. And now those things are also being mentioned in CVs, but CVs are more professional. You must mention everything that you have done in as an academician, as a faculty, and you must mention everything, the year, percentage of your MA marks and year of passing and everything that is included within your academic career. That is included to describe that can be used to describe your academic career. So this is the basic difference actually. So often we make a mistake. When we are being asked to submit a CV, we give a biodata. This is the date of birth and all these things are being mentioned. So always submit a CV for a in case you are being asked to submit by a professional institute or an academic institute or an university or a college, always submit a CV. Don't submit a biodata. So marketing the standards. Now we need to market our standards also. We have great standards. We have developed a great AQAR. We have developed a great IQAC cell. We have great departments. We have great faculties. But we have to market this standard. So this has been categorically stated by Manjulika ma'am. She told me that we should mention this. This is the main thing, because there are so many universities who have great faculties, great departments, great things in the universities, but they don't market books. They don't tell others. We have to highlight. We have to project. So tools for quality promotion is institutional websites and social media needs to be improved. We must be very, very alert, and we must be very what should I say? We must be very supportive in getting everything posted in social media. Annual reports and AQAR should be prepared. It should remain updated. Workshop, seminars, conference that is being organized by the university should be mentioned in the websites, in other social medias. If there is any page that is being followed by the university in the Facebook or Twitter or other social media platforms, it should be mentioned. Collaborations and moves that is being achieved by the university should be mentioned. Documentation and data management. This is very important. Whatever is being done by the university has to be documented. This is very important. This is not being done by many universities. They have got great achievements. They have made many great things, but they don't mention. So that is very that should be done. Showcasing best practices. What we actually do. What is very inherent to our university. On what things we are exceptional. That should be mentioned. Ensuring visibility of achievements, what our faculties actually achieve, what they're doing, apart from teaching, apart from coming to university, apart from taking care of our students, what they are doing as a researcher, as an academician, what they're doing. So achievements should also be mentioned. So it's not about things that, okay, they're teaching, they're contributing to IQAC, they're taking part in university working. So that should only be mentioned. It's not that. Their personal achievements also are part of university achievement. So there should be a kind of interlinkage structure. There should be a kind of interlinkage between faculty, personal, academic development, and IQAC development. So these are very much, this should be very much interdependent. Supporting accreditation and ranking processes. This is very much needed. We must apply for NAC visits and all. IQAC must apply for NAC visits because NAC form is very lengthy. It has got many categories. So many universities actually get scared of that. Okay, we have to do a lot of work, but it is needed. If you are not being accredited by the NAC, what's the use of developing yourself? You must project yourself in the in the in the market of universities of this Indian subcontinent that you are the best. You are trying to uh, highlight your best things and you are trying to get a good grade from them. This can lead to enhanced institutional reputation, improve student enrollment, more involvement and more student enrollment can be achieved through this, better ranking and accreditation, sustainable quality culture. We can sustain this quality. We can actually make this a process. We can actually make this a habit for our university. Making university standards more visible. So once we do this, then our institutional strengths and achievements gets wider visibility. AQAR reports and other reports, other documented reports gets transparency, digital presence in not only digital presence not only through our website but in others. For example, in UGC website, our examples can be reflected. Stakeholders involvement, students, alumni, and other faculties and other industry who wish to collaborate with us as they can become interested by seeing our efficiency. So it can take us to a great level, to a very high level actually, if we can improve IQAC cell in a better way. So IQAC is not a cell, it's an institutional power, and it can become more powerful if it emerges as a quality monitoring body, a mediator between regulation and practice, and a mechanism of internal governance. So what is very important is developing a practice. Regulation is okay. It's being superimposed by administrations that you have to do this, you have to do that. But when it becomes a practice that we are coming, we are documenting, we are giving our data to the universities, it is becoming a practice. Every time when we are publishing, when we are participating, when we are getting involved in any kind of great academic ventures, we are documenting those things. We are maintaining a diary, we are writing those things, and we are documenting at the end of every month or at the end of 2 months. So this is a consistent practice, a consistent process that we must follow. IQAC is a space of negotiation where policies must meet practice. Again, I was saying about that practice is very important in developing a good, a well-framed and efficient IQAC. Administration must meet faculty. There must not be any gap between the administration and faculty. Okay, administration is saying that submit this thing. Faculties are trying to remember what I have done, what I did actually 2 years back. This should be the process. Administration and faculties should co-jointly work for the development of IQAC. And the success of external standards meet internal realities. External standards, when I think that my university is trying to compete with other universities, is trying to compete with other external standards, I must contribute to elevate my university standards. Then only I can meet my internal reality. My internal reality is my achievement. So I shouldn't clog, I shouldn't cap that achievement in myself. I should try to amalgamate. I should try to join that achievement with my university's achievement as well. That only can make my university powerful. That only can make my university's IQAC cell powerful. So the success of IQAC depends mainly on power relations, and this power relation is between faculties. This power relation is between faculty and administration. This power relation is between faculty, administration, and stakeholders. This power relation is between faculty, stakeholders, administration, and students. So when these four factors gets joined, we can establish a good and efficient and great IQAC. And I believe that Hindi University will be able to build up a great IQAC under the able and capable leadership of our Honorable Vice Chancellor. So,
Thank you, Dr. Priyanka Guha, for your guidance and such enlightening lecture. Now, I would like to request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am, Professor Nandini Sahu Ma'am, for her very valuable comments. Ma'am, please.
Less than an excellent lecture from you, and you have done justice to the work that I assigned, and I'm very, very glad. You pointed out a few things which faculty members must take very seriously. For example, you talked about documentation in the university, and you were generous enough to admit, to accept, which I already know, that no other university does this kind of documentation that we have started doing through our newsletter. Just from the beginning, from 2025 January to December, we had three newsletters. The first two I prepared independently, then the third one, majorly it was prepared by our public information officer. So we should also be very grateful to her for taking the pain to collect everything from everyone, then writing, then getting scolded by me. I'm very strict when it comes to writing. Even for a dot, I throw it. I say I will not accept it. Just take it back. So I think this last newsletter from July to December, she did it 8 times. I rejected it 8 times and she did it. So we have to be grateful. But January to June, I was only writing, editing. I was the proofreader of your university. But anyway, the documentation part is very important and we have done it very successfully. No other university cares about it. And I could do it because I have come from the world's largest university where I was documenting for two departments. Everything I was documenting, faculty publications, everything for foreign languages as well as for English. So maybe I am trained like that, rigorous training. And I am only trying to train you people. Tomorrow, when you don't see me anymore in the university, maybe after a few years, but you will remember this period that you had rigorous training. Uh, Somebody was there to be very strict with you, train people who are willing to be trained. And our programs, our webinars, they get you high API score. There is capping for publications. I think upper limit is 10 points for research publications. You can publish more than 10 points, which will be, a good impression for, which will create a good impression for you in any interview. But there is no capping for lectures delivered in webinars and in MOOCs, in Swayam and Swayam Prabha. This is what I'm trying to get into the system of our faculty members that deliver online lectures, and Hindi University has given you a platform. Dr. Paramita is the coordinator of comparative world literatures, and I have asked entire faculty, we have equal opportunity. Nobody is my favorite. Everyone is my favorite actually. So I have been giving equal opportunity to each one of you to be speakers in that webinar. So whenever you want to be a speaker in that webinar, send a mail to Dr. Paramita with a copy to me that I want to speak on so and so topic in a webinar. And I will always give a video message if I'm not available. So you can score enough API points through your webinar lectures in Hindi University. You don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to run after people. We are giving you an opportunity. So you can speak in your own webinar, ask your students to participate and get your points. So I'm glad you talked about it. And also ICT based education, information and communication technology based education that you are giving. Your students should be participants. So whenever you have a webinar, now you are taking classes from home during this election, convert that to a webinar. One class can be converted to one webinar where all your students will participate. Also, you deliver a lecture as a part of your webinar, and you deliver properly, with proper formal, maybe a PowerPoint or something if you want, or maybe you can just speak like that. Think about using more of ICT. Then Dr. Priyanka also talked about skill development. Yes, in Hindi University we have already started it. We had one workshop conducted by Madhumita on translation workshop. That was a skill enhancement program. And now our training and placement officer Indrajit is going to do one skill development program in NITTTR. I am sure he is working on that. Please participate because this is a part of your skill enhancement program. And then, as far as faculty development is concerned, which Priyanka just now spoke, everyone has got a cell or a division. As far as I think only Goody is not into any cell or division, which I'm going to give her in near future. Everyone else has got one cell, one division, one membership or something. If anyone has missed or anyone is missed out, please inform me or please inform the office. Inform it to Debabrata Bhanjoji. We are sure to give equal opportunity to each one of you. And when it comes to transparency, Hindi University has maintained transparency since day one. Everything is put in the newsletter. Everything is shared in the university website. Our website is extremely active. I remember before 1 year when I came here, the website had just one picture of a tree or something like that. There was nothing. And then today, the website is so interactive, so much buzzing with good work. So we are extremely interactive when it comes to transparency through our website. And every time someone has an achievement, I tell them, you must have noticed, I tell them that send the message to Dr. Paramita for newsletter because newsletter ultimately goes to the website and the newsletter goes to our Facebook page and our Twitter, our Insta, and everywhere. So these pages are very, very active for us. As far as research projects about which Priyanka told me, she already has taken a couple of projects now. Two other teachers also have got projects from Delhi. They are going to hold some seminars in April. They have invited me as the chief guest. You apply projects. No one is going to go to your house and give you a project. The last point that Priyanka told me that I liked it, your faculty psychology, where IQAC is taken only as a duty of administration. No, it's not just the duty of administration. You have to initiate. You apply projects. You make me your referee. I will be more than happy to be your referee. I think I am referee for at least 1,000 people, scholars of your age group, where they're applying projects to foreign countries, even in India. Yesterday, I was somebody's referee in Australia. I tell them to draft a letter where they have to give entire information about themselves. I modify it slightly, then I put my signature and my stamp. You have to understand the value of my signature and my stamp when you are applying for any project anywhere. So apply for projects. For that, what you have to do, nobody will come to your house, as I said. Open the newspaper every day or go to internet every day. Just check, play around internet. Just check the upcoming, projects, then assignments or fellowships and scholarships for faculty in so and so disciplines. You type, you will get multiple number of seminars. I mean fellowships. Then you apply for those. You make me your referee. I'm willing to be the referee of each one of you. Who will offer this kind of a thing? I don't think anyone will offer because I don't know anything about you except that you are teaching as a guest faculty in Hindi University. And guest faculty have no accountability, neither I have any accountability for you. But still, I am offering this to you. Apply for fellowships. Also, you can apply for orientation courses, though guest faculty don't join orientation courses, but as an exception, you apply for orientation courses from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, you make me your referee. Ask me to write a letter to so and so university that you have applied for an orientation course, and if I send them a mail, they will say yes. No one says no to me. You know that. So you apply for an orientation course in any university, and you let me be your referee. And then Interdisciplinary research, when Priyanka talked about it, I was glad our comparative world literature lecture series is truly interdisciplinary. People from medicine, Dr. Sudipto spoke about medical humanities. People from history, political science, translation studies, English, Hindi, everyone has spoken for us. Now you be the speaker. Be the interdisciplinary speaker for Hindi University lecture series. And for research publications, Priyanka already told you, please be very careful. They should be peer reviewed, indexed journals with high impact factor, and Web of Science journals should be there. UGC care is gone, it's not applicable anymore. And once Hujis is published, I will ensure that it gets into high impact factor, and I know how to do it. I am into so many publishing houses. So I will get Hujis into high impact factor, but let it be published first. And as far as funding is concerned, there is no money in Hindi University. You apply outside, you make me your referee, as I said already. And if you want to write for reference books with ISBN and ISSN, you keep checking. There are so many open universities in the country. State open universities are there. Oh, then in West Bengal, you have one very good NSOU, one open university. IGNO is there. So many state open universities, NCERT, many agencies are taking out important textbooks with ISBN and ISSN. Try to write for them. You will get very good API. About conference proceedings, when Priyanka said, I was immediately reminded about ISI sir, that book. ISI sir had a literature festival with us last year. Dr. Sudipto is tired of asking us to give him papers for seminar proceedings. It will come out with an ISBN number, but very few people have submitted their papers. So please do submit if you have not yet submitted, because this is going to get you API. Rather than claiming, you ensure that you are empowered. अपने आप को इतना बुलंद करो कि आपको कोई नीचे नहीं ले सके. Do that by publishing good ones. And Priyanka also told about translation. Translating poetry, in the beginning I told you that it's not going to get you any API. So please prepare synopsis of good books for translation, maybe fiction, maybe research oriented books, and you show me the synopsis. I will introduce you to good publishing houses. If the synopsis of your translation is good and you are not doing machine translation, rather if you are doing, translation manually with your own research. And then about joint publications, when Priyanka told 70-30, yes, I'm very suspicious about joint publications. If any one of your seniors, your professors or anybody is asking you to go for joint publications, please be careful. You may end up doing 100% of the work. You may get 30% of the credit. So when you go for joint publications, be very, very careful. I'm glad that Priyanka pointed it out. Then I was very sad to see last year that you have brought books to me without ISBN, without any Amazon links. What kind of publications are there? Books are published by many of you. You are young people. Probably you didn't know. But a book without ISBN or without any Amazon link will not give you any API. So next time when you publish a book by any publisher, please be careful that you do not miss out on your API when you're writing the books. And please balance between the three categories which Priyanka told. Category 1, 2, and 3. I remember when we applied for professorship. I applied for professorship in 2011 January. And in December, I became a professor, full professor. So at that time, category 2 was very difficult. Category 2 was your participation in the community life of the university. Now, we are world's largest university, IGNO. Community life of the university means becoming a coordinator, a convener. So the coordinators and conveners were selected by the administration. So administration chose those people who were visible. Some of us were not visible. We just went to the university, took our classes, went home. Then we were focused in our personal research. So many of us were not into any committee or any division for a long period. So for me, getting 50 points in the category 2 as participating in the community life of the university was very, very difficult. Though in category 1, I needed 80 points, I had 700 points in research. I needed 80, I had 700. In category 3, I needed 60, I had 900 points, which is again participation delivering lectures outside. But in category 2, we needed 50, I had 51. 51 points. I remembered and I was just laughing. And those 51 points were so much in the margin. If somebody would reduce 2 points, then I would have qualified as well. But in Hindi University, that is not the case. I am giving equal opportunity to everybody. Everybody has got some cell, some division. Everybody has got, some points to show. So make maximum use of that. And then again, I will only repeat what Priyanka said, that creating API for you or taking care of IQAC is not exactly the single-handed duty of administration. It's your duty as well. You have to propose programs. You have to, like this morning, one of your faculty members was sending me a message that, ma'am, I want to do some book discussion programs. Now, I said, okay, don't do now, do it next month. Send me 3 dates. I will, confirm one. I have been giving dates to everybody. When I'm not able to give a date, I give a video message. So it's about you, how you propose, how you carry it further, how you, carry your API carefully. And yeah, Priyanka pointed out something about social media. We have been doing it. Look at our website. It's a very, very vibrant website. Our Twitter is getting ripples, creating ripples. Our Facebook page is creating ripples. Send more material to our Facebook. I must congratulate Paramita, Vijeta, and whoever got degree from the Honorable Governor for their PhD. Send those to our website. You have posted pictures on social media. I just got a notification in the morning. I was looking at it. Put it in our website that you received your degree, PhD degree from the governor, and make our social media more active. With this, I'll stop here. Faculty members may ask questions to Priyanka, who subsequently can ask me questions. I am always here to answer to your questions. The next lecture for IQSC will be delivered by Dr. Shatrugna Kahar, who will speak more pinpointed things about creating API for yourself. I have asked Shatrugna to coordinate with Priyanka and Paramita and fix a date. Send me 3 dates. I will confirm one. You know my schedule, crazy and busy schedule. So give me 3 dates and Shatrugna will prepare. I will also get him trained by Professor Manjulika Srivastav from IGNO, who also trained our Priyanka. So thanks a lot. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And if there is any question from any faculty, we're free to ask. Is there any question from anyone? Please let us know. As we come to the end of today's insightful webinar on understanding IQAC marketing, the levels of university standards, it is a moment to reflect on the enriching discussions and meaningful perspectives shared during the session. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to our speaker and coordinator, Dr. Priyanka Guha, for her comprehensive and thought-provoking lecture. We express our sincere thanks to our patron, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Ma'am, Professor Nandini Sahu, whose constant encouragement and visionary leadership continue to inspire academic excellence at Hindi University, West Bengal. Our special thanks go to the convener of this program, Mr. Devabrata Bhanja sir, the OSD of examination, for his guidance. And I would also like to acknowledge the dedicated efforts of the entire Hindi University team, whose coordination ensured the smooth conduct of today's session. Finally, I extend my sincere appreciation to all the faculty members for their active presence and engagement. With this, we formally conclude today's webinar. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to your continued association with the Hindi University. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Namaskar.